The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Judy Von Esch. I was born underneath the waning Gable Smooth, so I'm a Galliard. And this part of this series, I'm going to be questions for the first part. It's going to be fun. Spotter, who's not Sparta? Who's Antera? Please take us in.
Hey, everybody. I'm Antera. And tonight I'm playing Spotter. But for the first half, I'm playing Marcus Ironhide Miller, who is a Glasswalker Galliard.
Hey everybody, I am Mama McStabber, and later on after break I'll be playing Dr. Taylor Hammond of Clan Brewha, but for this first half I am playing Honorable Margaret Standingstone Burke, a Silver Fang Philodux.
Hello everyone, I'm John Levi R, and tonight I am playing Dr. Magnus Sanchez, and only Dr. Magnus Sanchez, of Clan Gangrel.
Hey everyone, I'm Kyer Glaciate, and later on I'll be playing Bastion the Toreador. Y'all know him, we all love him. But for the first half, I'll be playing Yusuf, Chills the Blackheart, Silent Strider Arun.
Hi, I'm Maddox. I will second half be playing Dr. Theodore Smith, the Incorrigible Tremere, and for this first half I will be playing Windcatcher, a Theurge of the Children of Gaia.
And I am Jen of Thieves, and for this first half, I have the honor of hanging out with these fine folk as Rosa Hernandez of Clan Gangrel.
And as we start this off, we're going to start off with Magnus and Rosa meeting up at one of his clinics before the guru comes.
Miss Hernandez.
Yes,
Good
doctor.
to see you.
Mm-hmm. It's very voluntary tag along.
Mm-hmm. Extremely voluntary.
Feeling a little volunteered.
Yes, that's how it works.
Yes. Yeah. What exactly is this supposed to accomplish?
You decide to speak up for a group of people, then you get volunteered to be the one to speak in the appropriate settings for them. Keep going like this and you might get made primogen.
Oh, if only. It's good to have goals, you know. You like politics that much?
No, I like peace. I like people in the city not dying. I like not having, the kindred I know and other people I know getting killed by 2i, getting captured by First Light, getting tortured, that kind of thing.
So you make friends.
So that necessitates politics.
So you just make friends with furry murder machines, huh?
I'm sorry, are you talking about the Gangrel I know or the, Garu? Because, Dread is a pretty furry murder machine.
Yeah, but we really haven't been doing murders around town either.
Have you met the Wolf Pack? Like, not doing murders is like one of the greatest sins according to Tyler. So
Okay.
I don't know where you're getting this idea.
That
of
is a
we don't do
small
murders.
proportion of the gangrel population. And I don't appreciate you generalizing.
You don't appreciate me generalizing what a small group did onto the larger group. That's what you're saying.
Mhm.
Interesting. Very interesting. I can see why you're a lawyer.
Yeah, it's
No.
too early for me to get that offended. I'm going to save that for later.
Okay.
Knock on the door. Maggie,
Magnus
you
goes,
in?
Yep, come on in.
Questions will walk in, and there is a guy behind her. Yeah. Hey, Iron, you wanna describe yourself?
So Marcus Miller is as I mentioned before, Glasswalker Galliard. Like most werewolves in hominid form, he is a big ass dude. But this big ass dude is like actually dressed pretty nicely. And if you, and he's got not a full mullet, but he's got a lot of hair, like Indera. And if you happen to have any acute or senses up, you probably notice that he just smells like a regular old human.
Hey, Maggie. Oh, Miss Hernandez. This is Iron Man. Just say Iron or whatever. He responds to that, except for late for dinner. We're never late for dinner. Irony. This is Magpie and Miss Hernandez. I'm saying this right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can throw an Esquire on her name if you really want to. She's a lawyer.
What the fuck's that shit?
A lawyer?
No. Esquire bullshit. What's an
I
Esquire?
help
That's what they call
knights with their
lawyers.
horses.
It's their official title.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you guys get titles?
Oh,
Yeah, kind of like judges get, the honorable whoever. It's like lawyers are like, it would be like Rosa Hernandez Esquire.
Right, because I
It's like
totally
officer of the
finished
court
high
or
school.
something like that.
It's irrelevant, is what it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
so
I mean, is this kind of like my title?
what?
Like what I do?
Oh God, you are fully on tonight. Can you just stand over there?
No, fuck off. We're taking him in.
Dr. Sanchez, we haven't met. I'm Marcus Miller.
Nice to meet you.
He holds out his hand, actually.
Magnus shakes his hand.
And Rosa?
Yep.
Okay. Just, did questions mention where we're going tonight?
No.
You expected questions to tell us anything instead of letting it be a surprise?
I keep a spark of hope deep down in my heart.
This is a dungeon for them to kind of, roll into.
Before we go anywhere, I need to say, with the entirety of my being, if I walk in somewhere and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons, I am leaving.
No, that's it. This is just in my mind. We're not running Dungeons and Dragons, though she will look to Meg and say, bring your D20. But no, you're not. He might at some point, but you're not.
Magnus just reaches into a pocket and just and then puts it back in. It's getting green. There we go.
I assure you tonight will be a very serious evening. We're going to the courthouse to meet the Alpha.
Yeah.
You should
This will be fine.
feel right at home.
As someone who helps with horses, I've never been inside a courthouse.
Just thought you were. Didn't they just say, don't lawyers go to courthouses?
You
Some
expect
do.
lawyers to tell the truth?
I mean, if you're a good lawyer, you rarely go to a courthouse.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Then I can say I'm a lawyer because I've never been to a courthouse.
You do like talking.
No, I don't. I like your reactions. They're actually really cool.
please keep in mind, since the elf has blessed this meeting, no harm will come to you unless you decide to mess around.
How are we defining messing around here?
And he stops. He stops. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. I don't see that fear in you. However, don't be disrespectful.
Meaning what? Swinging punches, calling names? Like, where's the line for disrespect?
Whatever you won't say to Prince Jackson. That's the level.
Okay.
We heard your concerns from Question. We just want to talk. The elf is taking this very seriously. That's all.
Okay.
Now, it will be a mixed crowd. Just like I said. You'll see.
Like it's like Lysium or Elysium or
Yes.
yeah, that thing.
The elf has decreed this is a safe place for us to speak.
And what about when we walk out?
You walk out. I promised you safe passage in and out so that you can talk to them and that you can say what you needed to say. And then we gently take you out. No one hurts you. I gave you my word.
Making a big assumption that means something, but okay.
Well, it should. I'm a warder.
I don't know you.
Well, I don't know you either, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're going to be a decent person and not a dumbass and get yourself killed. I mean, duh.
Jury's still out on that one.
Okay. Well, at least I have the hope that you are a decent person, that you will say your things and you won't turn around and try and do dumb stuff. I mean, help me out here. Help me help you live.
Oh, I have a sense of self-preservation. I just don't trust you.
Oh. Okay.
That's fair. I mean, I don't see that meeting necessarily changing that, but hopefully it will give you some perspective that
I would offer her my shoe, but I don't think she knows how to walk in it. To the car?
Yeah, let's head out.
Marcus drove. He has a car. Probably something Lexus and big. So, and just for the audience's benefit, he has only 4 dots of resources, so he's basically a destitute class walker.
We'll start a collection later.
It's fine. If he needs something, Magnus can lend him something, you know.
Colored money, it's everywhere. So you guys get into the car. It doesn't take long to get to the courthouse. And I'm sure as Marcus parks, he parks in a more dedicated area so that eyes don't see who goes in and goes out.
Almost all courthouses have a area underneath the courthouse for like getting witnesses and stuff like that in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And no metal detectors.
Mm-hmm.
Because you may have noticed that Marcus is packing.
And as they go up, I'm assuming our alpha and our 2 other werewolves are already in the judge's chamber.
And she has already prepared the gentleman in here with her that there are 2 vampires attending tonight because there were some concerns about territorial things going on from them. So she's basically hearing, the alpha is hearing concerns within her sept area tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And questions
Marcus
will look to Marcus and go, you want to do the formal introductions? You know I'm bad at that.
Well, Rosie, you will see on the door before any of them even open it, it says Honorable Margaret Burke.
Yeah, fuck.
Be a knock.
Enter.
Marcus opens the door, steps through. and motions in, well, Questions is going to do whatever she wants, but she'll motion in the two kindred. Alpha.
Magnus is going to let Rosa go first.
Welcome in. And you will see there are two gentlemen sitting in two chairs on the left side of her desk. Her desk is very large. And then on the right side of her desk, there is two empty chairs for you two.
Mm-hmm.
And there is also chairs in the corners behind those two for Marcus and questions.
Mm-hmm. Alpha may I present Rosa Hernandez and Dr. Magnus Sanchez.
Oh, yes. Ms. Hernandez, I'm familiar with your firm.
Yes, I imagine you are.
I am. Please make yourself comfortable. And
thank you.
She looks to Dr. Sanchez. Dr. Sanchez, I have heard much about you. Welcome, and please make yourself comfortable.
Thank you, Alpha. Magnus just goes and sits down.
So, to make everyone on the same page here, I am Honorable Margaret Standing Stone Burke. I am what's called the Alpha or Sept leader of the Sept of Clear Skies, which encompasses all of metropolitan Chicago. I am the equivalent of your Prince Jackson for my people. My tribe is known as Silverfang. We have a long history as rulers of our people. And I am not only a judge amongst the court here, I am a judge of my people. Tonight, I am hearing complaints and concerns, and I understand from questions, who is one of my watchers on the wall, that you have some concerns, Ms. Hernandez.
Yes, do I call you Your Honor or Alpha, or what do you prefer?
You can call me Margaret.
That feels weird, but okay.
We are in chambers. This is off the record.
Yes, I am here essentially representing the gangrel in and around Chicago, who have come to me with several concerns.
And she just nods to you. She doesn't say a word.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Several of my clanmates have come to me with various concerns, including a Garo presence around the city, with essentially policing the streets, as it were. And some of the camps outside of the city containing refugees from Milwaukee have also reported being assaulted, shaken down, bullied by Garo. There's a sense of fear, and especially those who are coming from Milwaukee in the camps, the only safety they know right now, well, they don't feel safe. They don't feel comfortable going into the city yet. They've just come from a place they were unwanted and commanded. They're not ready to enter another domain. They are just trying to regroup, regain their footing. And instead of getting some peace, instead of getting some time, they are continuously finding themselves in the shadow of the Guru.
Permission to speak, Alpha.
Have you concluded your argument, Ms. Hernandez?
No.
A moment, please.
Very
Continue.
well.
Well, I am well aware your people are more than capable of slaughtering the gangrel in the camps where they lie. The fact remains that they are being injured and wounded and tortured. They are essentially helpless. And instead of making requests, communicating like, forgive me, human beings, violence seems to be the answer.
And then she looks to Yusuf and says, "You may now speak."
Thank you. In the interests of fairness, I am Yusuf, chose the Black Heart. And I brought an eyewitness, Mr. Windcatcher. Would you be so kind to tell what has been happening?
In some ways, those gangrel are not as defenseless, and they're not the most defenseless things there. Now, I personally don't begrudge the gangrel for being what they are, but some of their actions do not make them the most tolerable things in the territory. And you can see that his eyes are milky and indistinct, so it's impossible to tell what direction he's looking. The feeding of humans has spilled over into kin for us, as well as, I believe the term is ghouling. It is concerning for many involved.
Allow me to break into simple terms for clarity of understanding. They come into our territory, or I am saying Garou, outside of the limits of the agreement with the liches. They bark there, feed on the people, poison human and kin with their vile, worm-tainted drugs and blood.
Objection.
I am not finished. And
Sustained. Please continue.
they are not being murdered. They are being warned. Have it my way, there would be ashes instead of witnesses. But as it is agreed in the city, we are only to warn and tell these individuals in that land of their actions. I see I am inquiring a much retort from the liches. The two of you may speak.
Miss Hernandez, do you have something first? Because you did raise objection.
I would like to point out that the fact that the gangrel are poisoning the population with drugs, definitely fact, not in evidence. friend.
Mr. Sanchez, you rose your hand when he mentioned drugs. Do you know something about this?
Yes, I do actually, and it's a point I've actually spoken with questions about. There's a certain group. I believe you have your tribes, we have our clans.
I'm familiar.
However, there are also certain cults that span across clan boundaries. And one in particular that it's been trying to raise its head in the city. And I and some others have been trying to cut that head off as best as we can within certain limitations, politics. They have been spreading drugs. Those are called the Church of Set, which...
What is the name you said?
The cult is called the Church of Set. It was started by a
Alpha,
clan.
I do not believe it is under our interests to protect a city harbored in the snakes, cursed, and blood sorcerers that destroyed my homeland. Or am perhaps I mistaken?
Objection outside the scope.
If I may finish.
Yusuf, I understand your position, but please give them a moment. Please continue.
So, the prince has given the kindred of the city orders that the Setites, that is the clan that started the Church of Set, are not to be dealt with the way they traditionally were, which was kill on sight. However, because these Setites are not a part of the Camarilla, I believe they would not fall under the terms of the treaty that we have with you. And so if Mr. Youssef has a desire to rid the city of the Church of Set and its influence, well, I can't do anything about the Setites myself, but if they were to happen to fall afoul of the Garu, they're not covered by the treaty, and so Prince Jackson would have nothing to say about the matter. And yes, they have been spreading drugs that are tainted with blood magic to cause instant addiction, not just with humans, but any kindred that drink of it. If a human takes the drug and the kindred drinks from them, the effects of the drug then pass to that human, and then they are addicted as well. And the withdrawal effects are, well, frenzying. It causes us to become monsters.
Point of clarification, if you would indulge me. A drug taken that addicts and has a side effect of loss of control. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Is this not the vitae being fed to our kin much of the same effect?
No.
No, it is my understanding that when your kind feed your blood to our kin, it basically enslaves them to you. Miss Hernandez has a number of wolves, do you not?
I do.
Do you know if any of them are our kin?
I do not.
Do you have a way to tell?
I do not. Is there a way to tell?
Yes.
She
But we can go
enslaving
over old
wolves?
grievances all night long. I've got the stamina for it.
Mm.
However, the situation at hand. Yusuf, you have brought concerns to me even prior to the vampires joining us. There is a number of issues north of the city proper. Yes, Wind Catcher.
His head will turn to indicate Rosa. If you discovered our kin among your wolves, what would you do next?
I'm not trying to take something that isn't mine.
So you would release them?
Yes.
It's so much harder to tell if someone's telling the truth when they don't have a heartbeat to read.
For some. Storyteller. Is she telling the truth? I would know.
Yes, you would. You have not only the your powers up, but you also have the earring. Rosa, is she telling the truth?
She's telling the truth.
Taylor, I'm sorry, Alpha, your earring does not vibrate. It
Okay.
has not been vibrating yet.
Okay. And she looks to Wind Catcher and says she is being honest.
A
Miss
lack of a
Hernandez,
beat.
if you would like to test my capability, you can tell me a bold-faced lie that I wouldn't
try to-
know is a lie.
I try not to lie.
That's appreciated. But I would know. That's why I have a reputation in the courts as I do. Anyway. So, your people have entered our territory, likely unknowing, because they are in exile. They have been feeding, at the minimum, on people that are in our protection. I can understand that they are unaware. However, we have given warning. Now it is on you and your kind to educate, to make sure they don't repeat mistakes. Ms. Hernandez, are you old enough to remember the war?
Yes.
We are trying to avoid that.
Sure. By being excellent, upstanding citizens of the world, yeah. Again.
Do you know what started the war?
Doesn't matter to me.
Does it? Because you sure hate us.
Yes. I find it hard to respect a bunch of hypocrites.
How are we hypocrites?
Oh, before the war, all I heard was that you were warriors of biodiversity and in the environment, and all you wanted to do was to make sure there were resources left for the generations after us. And next thing I know, you're barging through the streets, slaughtering everything in your paths. Not exactly upstanding citizens of the world. Not exactly goal-oriented environmental professionals. I respected you. And you lost it.
Yusuf, a moment, please. Allow me to speak.
Certainly.
I was there. I fought. I know what happened. Some of your kind, I believe you all call them Sabbat. decided to team up with some of, I hate to say this, our kind, that we call black spiral dancers. They are our enemies much as the Sabbat is yours. They are tainted, corrupted, vile, and not allowed to live. They
Like a pariah.
decided, yeah. Do you know he was one of mine? One of my family.
My
Mhm.
apologies. Or sympathies.
Our former alpha died, landing the killing blow on him. That was my brother. I am now queen of our house. I did not run through the streets personally. Most of that was the black spiral dancers. Instigating. So that the Sabbat that was entrenched in the court of Prince Loden could manipulate him to call a blood hunt on all of us. I was busy with my brother trying to reclaim our holy ground that the black spirals had tried to corrupt. And then there was a blood hunt called on all of us, and we were fighting for our survival. Are you familiar with a blood hunt, Miss Hernandez?
Yes. Margaret?
Good. So that is what happened. And we lost a lot of our kind. And you all can reproduce faster than we can. And as you look around her office, you actually see photos of her with a man about her age and 3 children as they have grown up over the years. Of my own, 2 are Gararu. 1 is Kin. You all can reproduce faster than we can. So literally, if it wasn't for my brother and I, along with a few others, coming to the rescue of the Sept of Jupiter, oh, that's now known as the Temple of Phanom, they would have fallen due to that blood hunt. Completely. Once Loden was eliminated and the Sabbat and Black Spirals were routed out of the city, it stopped. Did it not? One of your kind, one of the Gangrel and Yanga, our former Sept Alpha, fell during that war. My brother took it over. She met with my brother, negotiated a peace. Because while a number of us fell, a number of you all did too. It was a brutal war on both sides, dear. And my memory is infallible. We have since worked to do exactly what you presume we do and you were told we do. I hear cases dealing with the animals and environment. It is my passion. All of us have some ties with the mother, Gaia. We must work within the structures that humans have built And with what we call the Weaver being so prevalent in technology and everything else, we do what we can. We have given warning to your people. We have not destroyed them. Dr. Sanchez, I understand you are very well connected in this city.
Yes, I am.
I'm sure you have the connections and potentially money to help these gangrel that have been run out of their home.
Easily, but no one let me know what had happened with them until Miss Hernandez came knocking on my door. I could have them relocated to a place that is not in Garu territory and also not in the domain of the prince within a few hours if they were willing.
Miss Hernandez, is that acceptable?
I will have to run it by my metaphorical client, but I imagine they all just want somewhere to live.
I can understand that, don't we all? Now, as for the Church of Set, I am familiar with your history, Yosef. What are we going to do? I know you, and she points to Yusuf, would kill them all, but how can you tell the difference?
He darts his eyes at both Magnus and Rosa. I killed one recently. My pack cleared 3 other places in the north side. The taste of ash was indeed of theirs.
Do they have a unique taste?
I don't believe it is in the best interest to allow me to ash each and every kindred I find to try and discover.
So, Windcatcher, you've been around the north side and north. Have you sensed anything regarding this cult?
Storyteller, I'm suddenly blanking on specific.
You actually helped with the map. The map shows where many that there have been cleared out. Plus, you've been told where the kinfolk have been disappearing. It is possible where some of the cults have been. But you also do know from the spirits, the Church of Set is the religion, Setites are the clan. Not everyone is a Setite, but anyone can be part of the Church of Set. So it sometimes is very difficult to tell the difference between the two.
Do the spirits at all describe like a mark of faith or some way intrinsically, maybe not visible to people, but at least for those who see spirit type stuff?
Spirits would know about a mark on their soul. But how many souls are there in Chicago?
All that information is relayed.
Thank you. She looks to her galliard. Have you heard tales?
Who hasn't? They, like you said, it's difficult to tell the difference.
Yes.
But there have been recently tales of an increase in snake population,
Yes.
which
have
to
heard of
us
that.
could be any number of things. But it would be foolish of me to assume a coincidence when there is also mention of this church of Set,
Right.
a well-known snake.
A well-known snake. Yes.
Apologies, Yusef. We keep saying a word and
I understand it's upsetting.
but
Unavoidable.
but I can get an ear to the ground, see what I hear.
Good.
There hasn't been a connection to my mind yet.
Questions. You are warder of the North. What have you been running into?
Well, it's been a lot of people wagging their tails, not to be overly punny, but at the same time, people are scared. They're not sure where to go. Now, after the whole bombing situation, people are double and triply checking who they're with. On top of that, things smell weird. I'll explain because she kind of rolls her eyes over at the Galliard. What I mean is, yeah, I'm street level. Everything has a sense of garbage. But there's this kind of below board smell. It's not sewer, but it's right there in the middle. It's not good. There's something not clean in the city, and I can't figure it out. Actually, a lot of us can't figure it out. The whole Bonar clan Bonar tribe is turning around to try and figure out what's going wrong, what's happening. And we have noticed the snakes. We have noticed a lot of shedding of skin, and we've also noticed weird patterns and weird movings, and it's not right. We have been questioning quite a bit with our people, as in our kin, and trying to assess at least a good parameter. And what we know is there is definitely between a corridor of upper Chicago through to Schaumburg. Now, easy. We can't all just jump into Schaumburg just yet. That's a whole nother messing together. But at the same time, I think there's a bear in there. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't fall under the prince, if I am not mistaken.
But they have their own kind of. I sniffed around there a little bit, and they have their own kind of. I want to say government-y thing, kind of like a prince, but not a prince.
They're anarchs.
Okay, yeah, whatever that is, and kind of like they've got their own structure, so they're using like that pathway between. And the funny thing is that they are avoiding O'Hare, which we all should avoid. But at the same time, they are literally arcing over O'Hare to get into Schaumburg. That's actually kind of hard to do, knowing Chicago's traffic.
That's because O'Hare is infested with Second Inquisition.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh yeah.
We know.
Oh, yes.
They smell horrible. Worse than you guys.
How is it that the Weaver's will cannot seem to even touch these snakes? It seems so.
They're
I've
dedicated
heard
to
stories
chaos.
about them.
I'm sorry,
And
Dr. Sanchez, you said they're dedicated to chaos?
That's my understanding of their philosophy, is that they bring corruption and chaos regardless of the consequences. That is their I don't want to say it's their method of worship, but it's kind of their modus operandi.
They follow Set. The
Yeah.
human books that you have portray him as such.
All right. Questions. Work with Dr. Sanchez on tracking down these things. Yusef, If we can get you targets, your pack can go hog on them.
Very well.
Oh, I can get you more than targets. I can get you locations.
Can you now?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
They smell different than you guys.
I'm not sure how you smell things, but if
You smell
So-
like death.
well, is
Her
is
more mild, but yes.
And corruption.
Yes.
okay. So corruption is
A
something
little
you
less for you,
sense.
Dr. Sanchez, on that.
I try to be as human as possible. Something that not all of my people try to do.
I
But
am
at least-
aware.
but-
But at least Miss Rosa has a flowery scent to her.
And she does.
So yay!
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So my question would be, with the can you sense if someone is more corrupted?
Yes. There
God,
are
yeah.
there are those of us that can.
Okay.
Oh,
And
Because-
she looks to Windcatcher.
Who somehow just gives a nod in
Mhm.
perfect timing as if he saw someone look over, but there
Mhm.
was no sight to be found.
Magnus nods. Okay, so this is not going to be perfect, like, because there are just those of our kind who are more inhuman and corrupt and closer to what we call the beast than others, but I imagine anyone associated with the Church of Set would smell particularly of corruption, perhaps. Okay, out of character question.
mm-hmm.
Theo is the lowest humanity in the coterie, right? He's
Mhm.
like, is he at 5 or 6? It says 6. Okay. Which is below the average for kindred. So Magnus would look at questions and be like, okay, so you know Theo.
Oh yeah, wizard.
Yeah. Does he smell more like death than I do, or more like corruption?
Oh, total corruption. Well, not like okay. So it's death and like a sprinkling of corruption mixed in with just more death.
Okay.
I
So-
find death often equates to age with you all
Yes.
more
it-
than
Oh yeah,
strength.
he's like totes like so much older than us. It's not even funny.
Unless we're making an effort to it, the older we get, the more inhuman we get. For example, Critias is one of the least human in the city. Not mentioning Helena, but we're not getting into that mess of worms.
You're talking about Toga Boy?
Yes, Toga. Okay, so
Got it.
he smells more like Toga Boy smells more like death, but not necessarily corruption.
Oh no, he smells of corruption.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's totes corruption.
So it would be a mix of either you'd either get Setites or you'd just get old and kind of monstrous kindred if you went by scent of corruption alone.
Windcatcher. Ironhide. Couldn't both of you make a compact with spirits and bring out information?
should the spirits be willing to assist with such things. The trouble lies in more what they would consider in the agreement. It is sometimes hard to parse a spirit's logic.
Right. No, just we don't have many theurges in the tribe, but good try. It's not my realm of expertise.
You are one with words, are you not?
Well, I can talk myself into trouble just as well as talking myself out of it.
The spirit of
Perhaps,
Chicago had trouble differentiating between Setites and just regular kindred.
perhaps we
Exactly.
need to observe through environment.
Hmm.
We don't look for the smell, and he points towards Magnus and Rosa. We don't need to look for the smell of leech. We simply look for the smell of reptile, snake.
Snake.
If they're handling them as much as we've been hearing, they'll be just as much scaled
Hmm.
as they will be death.
True. Very
What
well.
else?
Very well. Miss Hernandez, is there anything else we can do for you this evening?
Yes. I would like to know how we are supposed to be able to tell what wolves and people are kin.
You all apparently have tools for that now, as I understand it.
One of my coterie members developed it when we learned of this issue. It hasn't been widely distributed yet because kindred look out for what benefits them. So he distributed it to some that could benefit from it, and I can make sure that Miss Hernandez and the Garu get that as well.
Certainly seems like the gangrel might benefit from it.
Yes, well, I had trusted that they wouldn't just go around ghouling random people. It's not really the style of most of the gangrel that I know. But
Yes, but some of our
Oh.
kin are also wolves.
true.
And gangrel are rather particular about liking wolves.
This is true.
Alpha, in how much time will the wolves be freed and delivered to the sept?
Once they are identified, if they are kin, they are to be returned within the week, whole and hale.
Considering the occasionally disparate nature of our kind, I would request 10 days.
8. That is my final judgment.
8 counting tomorrow?
Yes. Starting tomorrow.
Amenable.
Magnus takes out his phone for the second time tonight and sends a quick text. He's sending them in code, but I'm leaving them in chat as they
Okay.
are.
Well, Miss Hernandez, I can't presume that we have changed your perspective of us. However, understand that I, as Queen of House Unbreakable Hearth, and as leader of the Sept of Clear Skies, am dedicated to ensuring peace. It is how we all survive our mutual enemies.
Understood.
Questions? Please escort them out.
May I
No
also?
problem.
You may, if you wish, if they will allow it. It is with their consent.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And he'll stand up with questions.
Iron Man, I'm borrowing your car.
Magnus stands up and bows to the Alpha, and then looks to Yusef, takes out a card and hands it to him. It has Magnus's name and phone number and also the address for one of his clinics.
Is this piece of paper?
It has my contact information as well as a place you can go and get your people patched up free of charge if they happen to be injured.
He extends his arms to Ironhide and gives him the card.
Or no, Marcus takes the card. Thank you, Dr. Sanchez.
My
You guys
goal
can-
is peace in this city as well. Chicago. I'm a doctor. Chicago is my patient, in a manner of speaking. So what makes the city unhealthy needs to be dealt with. And the snakes are definitely an infection that needs to be cleansed.
So you say.
Yes, that's why I said it.
Let's not talk about the health of the city.
Right. Magpie, Mr. Hernandez, let's gently jet out.
As they walk and start heading towards the courthouse, Rosa notices that Windcatcher is keeping in stride with her and walking next to her as they move through, and seems to be indicating that he wants her attention for something as they walk. Because he keeps like almost bumping into her, but not quite.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes. I admire and honor your passion and care. You are a brightness that is not often seen among vampires. You are so alive. I also see pain. And yes, I understand how that sounds. You are followed by pain, doubt, and justice. None are bad, but they are present. The doubt especially. You are skeptical, cynical. It is good perspective. Helps you question when things don't make sense, as you described in the meeting. I hope that whatever you are searching for and whatever you wish to build, you accomplish it. Because in the end, all anyone ever can hope for and want for is to exist. And he'll hold his hand out roughly in front of her to shake it.
After a couple of paces, she'll reach out to shake his hand.
And it's firm, not a steel grip, but it's not light.
I disagree. Wisdom of that. The last part, actually.
Oftentimes people can mistake optimism for stupidity, but that's not true. To steal from a very popular pessimist I know, optimism, you're either right or pleasantly surprised. I don't expect my words to change your perspective overnight. I'm sure you will at least need to wait until the sun goes around once before you can really grasp the meaning of this meeting. I just hope that it changes you for the better, whatever direction it takes you.
Some of us don't just want to exist. Some of us want to matter and make a difference.
That's
That's
what
all
I
I'm trying to
said.
do.
It is very good to meet you, Miss Rosa Hernandez, I hope that you got something out of tonight. And he'll then reach out, almost perfect spatial awareness, and open the door to the courthouse.
You are such a weirdo.
Thank you. If I wasn't, I don't think I'd be able to do my job.
You wouldn't be a good enough third.
No, you have to go further into your mind than most would, and sometimes it can leave you a little bit. Goodbye. It was nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
See you later. And questions will take you guys back down to Iron Mike's car, and she'll actually jump into the driver's seat and offer you guys whichever seat you want to go.
No.
And-
Do you think he didn't jam technology on the keys?
Oh yeah, I know he did. She's just gonna be like waiting, and then eventually the button's gonna push, and she's gonna be able to drive it because he's not a complete dick. And she'll drive back to the clinic, and she'll just, as she's driving, she's gonna look over at Rosa and go, "Told you, look in, look out, Gucci."
Yep. Thanks for not killing me.
Why would I kill you?
Not
no
you. There was
point to
definitely at least one in there that was just waiting for a chance.
I bite black hearts with seething rage. Yeah. He's a silent strider. He's got a hate boner, like you've got a hate boner for us, but he has it for literally any set type because they kind of kicked him out of his land. Also, he was born lupus, so he doesn't have a human mind. He's wolf, literally.
Well, for a wolf, he is very much fuzzy edge lord, so.
Oh, well, I mean, yes, you should see him when Sittites are around and he has to talk about Sittites. It's nothing more than watching a cuddly little puppy trying to gnaw at something until it gnaws right through everything. It's a pain in the ass.
Well, I guess that is one thing to be thankful for, is I didn't have to witness that.
No, be thankful you're born human.
That too. I am a big fan of thumbs.
Yeah, so am I. He doesn't get it, and it's fine. We love him to death, even though he likes to turn around and want to beat us into submission. It's weird. But then again, he's what we call the big, huge apex predator. He's an Arun. He's the fighter. Your face says, I don't understand, but I'm going to nod and smile and go with it.
Not that, I mean, isn't that all of you?
No. The judge is a judge. Literally. She judges us all. Why? Because, creepy guy, he talks to spirits. The other dude, Iron Mike, he's the one who does songs and tells tales and makes sure that people continue on with our legends. I make you question everything to make sure you're on the right path. And she'll slowly kind of get over to the clinic and she'll park and she'll just look at Rosa for a moment and go, we don't not like you. We can always turn around and work together. It's just, what do you want to work together on? And can we focus on a common target? Because I'll tell you what, the SI doesn't give a fuck if it's you, if it's me, if it's Magpie's cousins back there, or if it's one of the will workers. They'll shoot us all and kill us all. Doesn't make a goddamn bit of difference. The only difference is you guys move faster. I got to give birth. And then there's a 50-50 chance my kid turns either into Guru or kin. You will always be kindred. Fair?
Fair.
Can we at least be acquaintances? I promise no D&D for you.
I can promise that I am happy to work with you against common enemies.
Cool. But I can't call you over for tea then, right?
I'm not really a tea kind of girly.
That's okay. I don't have a home either. So, do you at least put it there?
Like a huge sigh, and she'll hold out a hand.
Ah, thank you so much. It's nice to know that some of us homeless people actually can make people friends with people who have homes. You're awesome. Magpie. Till next session.
Questions?
All right. She'll let you guys go out and she'll drive on out and I'll let you two close this scene.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I can get a fleet of vehicles up to the camps where the gangrels are to get them to well, there's Gary, or they could go to
Carrie,
What?
seriously?
what's the one right next to Gary that Raspberry is in charge of?
Hammond. No,
Hammond.
Raspberry is part of Joliet, which is south and 45 minutes west of Gary.
Okay.
Don't
Or
throw us
Joliet.
next to Gary. Yes, thank you.
Could send them to Joliet. I know the Baron down there.
Fine. Give me 2 days to work through talking to them and figuring out who they have and what they have acquired.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need to know how to figure out who is theirs.
Yeah, no, I already talked to Theo. He said it shouldn't be too hard to get enough of the kinfolk detectors to spread to the Garu in the city.
Seems to be easier to figure that out before you move them.
Mm-hmm.
2 days for that, and then I have another 6 days to sort through who's what.
Yep.
Okay.
So Magnus reaches into his coat, takes out a card, and gives it to her. That has my number on it, as well as my email. So.
Yep. She reaches out and takes it, tucks it in a back pocket. Like, I'm not gonna thank you or anything. You know that, right?
Yeah, I didn't expect that, Rosa.
Okay.
I was just thinking about if you do actually keep working like this, showing that you're willing to change your mind. Not a lot of kindred are, but it's an important quality in a leader. I actually might support you for Primogen.
Very funny joke.
I'm being dead serious.
Oh, God.
I mean, I don't approve of the things your sire did, but your grandsire did a lot of good for the city. And I think with your passion, you could be the same.
I'm sure this is the point in which you give me of the slightly grumpy version of sometimes, you gotta, passion can be channeled correctly and all that stuff. But I have a lot of work to do, so is there anything else?
No. Have a good night.
Yeah. Just turn around and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
And as Rosa's just got a whole lot of shit on her plate now.
Hey,
You
as
got
I put in
this.
our Zoom chat, get to work, Miss Hernandez. Prove you give a damn to the judge.
She's got this. I believe in her.
It's a test. I mean, all right. right. So with that, we are going to go to break, and you're going to see that we're going to do a quick change and become our actual characters. Thank you so much for joining us, Jen. We really appreciate you playing Rosa Hernandez. She's actually a very interesting character when played well. So
Like this.
like this.
Exactly.
I was like, thank you. It was a lot of fun.
But we'll be back in roughly 10 minutes. See y'all soon.
Well, we just had a great first half. A lot of werewolves. Yay. And now we're back to our originally scheduled vampires. Ta-da. We're going to start this one off actually at the beginning with Neely and Bastion. And Bastion, question, if Neely kind of invited you to his home and it's just you and him, how would you go?
Firstly, Bastion would go by taxi because let's not repeat the mistakes of the past. And as he goes, he probably would just get there and open up his case files and spread them around the biggest table Neely has. He probably has 7 of them. And start studying and opening different parts of the city and the data that he has collected, updating it with the different information that he got, so his plans can go into fruition. He probably would ask Neely to be with him, kind of they could discuss things together.
Well, as you walked in, the house is void of actual light. There's candles all around. When you actually go into the dining room is actually set up nicely for dinner. Candles. Only 2 settings. Soft music's playing in the background.
Edward?
Yes?
Did I... What is happening?
Oh, and you'll see him, and he's in his usual half suit. He's got the dress suit on, the dress pants. It's opened up a little bit. His sleeves are rolled up. And he smiles and goes, "What? I can't surprise you."
That's my reaction to a surprise. So congratulations.
Thank you. There's
I wasn't. Well, it was a surprise. It's a surprise. So yeah. What do we do? What do I do?
You're gonna sit and enjoy the dinner, I hope. But I want to talk to you.
Of course.
Have a seat. Let's sit down and talk about this right now.
All right. Bastion sits and leans back a little, puts his stuff on the floor. What's on your mind?
You. No.
You're such a gentleman.
I know. Let me explain.
Of
You have
course.
been so... You've been so driven. You have been very on point with a particular topic. You are reminding me of a specific person when he went on the warpath.
Okay. Which person?
My sire.
No need to offend me.
No. It's not an offense. You're driven like he is, specifically about enemies. You're driven about trying to eradicate certain things, and you are not leaving a moment's thought about anything else. Now, I'm not saying I'm hurt, and I'm not saying I'm jealous. What I'm saying is this is self-destructive. And we all know what happened to Loden. I don't
You
want
think
that to happen to you.
Right? Perhaps there's a problem in the communication. Perhaps you're not understanding where I'm coming from.
That's fair.
So would
Why
you
wouldn't I
allow
just
me
talk
to
to
do
you?
would you allow me to do something?
Of course.
He holds out his hand.
He extends his hand to you.
Takes it. Now, close your eyes.
He does.
And Bastian is going to utilize telepathy,
Oh, Christ. Okay.
but not the use in which he has trying to learn what's in Neely's mind. He's
Mhm.
going to actually transmit what is in his mind to Neely.
Okay.
And what he's going to transmit is the feeling of helplessness, violation, anger, and hatred he felt when the coterie pretty much proved to him that he was being controlled by Elena. He's going to transmit exactly how he feels to Neely. And when he finishes, he's gonna let go of his hand and wait for his reaction.
Neely does take all of this in. And he nods. And when he opens his eyes up again, he goes, I know exactly what you're thinking. I know exactly how it felt. You forget I was Sabat.
I do not forget that.
Do you know what they did to me? Do you know what I threw the however they say that fucking word, Valkyrie or Valkyrian or whatever, the huge ass blood bond we had to go through? You know what they did and what I allowed to happen due to that bond? That
Exactly.
I didn't mean to. But there's a point where you let things go. Yes, it happened. Yes, I understand, but you're going against her. That's like saying, oh, let's go find Cain.
It is natural to be afraid. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I didn't drag you into this, I asked you.
I'm not complaining about that. But if you would take the thorns and roses out of your ears for a moment and listen to what I am saying and not the actual words, but the meaning behind them. You're the clan of feeling, of emotion. I'm trying to express emotion to you in the most non-venture way possible.
Okay, I respect that. So let's be honest. Let's be plain and honest here.
Okay.
Is it that you think that I'm not capable of doing it?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay, so is it that you're afraid of the retort? Perhaps because my plan is not good enough.
No.
Okay, what is it then?
You are so thick. It's right in front of you and you're not even seeing it.
Guilty as charged, I suppose. Look at my last 90 years.
Yes. You've been obsessed with a woman that finally told you what she thought, and then you realized that's not who you are. And now you've let go and then immediately sucker punch yourself right into revenge to burn yourself out like some kind of firecracker. You are better than this.
Should I let her get away with this? Should I
She's
let
not-
her simply be another pawn of her and consider myself lucky that I'm alive?
Baby, you're letting her live rent free in this head of yours. I charge.
Well, the way that I charge, I don't suspect would be much effective.
No, you charge with a bullet, making it one paid rent only. Can't pay on dividends if you're Ash.
Exactly. And I don't think I can ash her, at least not at this point. Not
I don't think
without
anyone can.
perhaps a few centuries of preparation. No one is unkillable. I mean, the fuck ups of her Camarilla might be, but she's not there.
Bastion, you are slowly burning out. You are slowly self-sabotaging yourself. You don't think I don't see it? I'm not saying not to do it. I'm not saying you're not strong enough or you're not capable. I'm not saying anything like that. The road you're on, I have seen. The road you're on, I've seen go through before, not just with Loden, but several others. Don't you think I want to stop the person I fucking love to not turn around and just go down into another pile of ash? You're better and worth more than that.
Bastion leans in a little close and puts a hand on his shoulder. Then what do I do?
You embrace that you're alive, that you can't have her in your head anymore, that you turn around and find something that is your passion that will bring you peace. It will bring you happiness. It will bring you something other than the self-destructive chaos that you've constructed right now. I mean, do you see any of your coterie mates turning around and doing this?
No, I do not.
Why?
Because what I saw is Magnus taking the revenge he was ought to have for centuries. What I saw was Taylor working incessant without rest to guarantee that she would be capable of having her revenge, and also to guarantee that the one in the top that was a dumbass, because let's not ignore the mistakes that dear old Princess Joy would not affect her and her kin. What I saw is Spotter placing his clan above all else, not allowing the mistakes of the past to happen again. What I saw was Theo rising his clan from the ground up, making the impossible and making ties and friends with everyone, despite his lack of capabilities, as some would claim he would have. Why am I the one that has to give up when everyone is allowed to pursue it? Why am I the one that has to let go?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we forget the person that has turned around and introduced many people to the game to the gargoyles? The one who has turned around and made them be able to see who they were again. The one who has made impossible art possible. I heard what you did.
That is nothing.
You're saying it's nothing. I bet you 10 to 1 how many. Do you want me to call up the gargoyles here and see if they say it's nothing? Anyone that you made art for, do you think that's nothing?
Nilly, I was raised alongside slaves.
Then you're not anymore.
I was never a slave,
Then
but I saw what they had to pass through. They were recently freed my country, you know? What a glorious life they led. Being ignored, being distraught, and the monsters in the powers above them untouchable by them, got to live their lives and die of old age when the oldest of the slaves died at 32. That type of injustice I had to endure my whole life. You're asking me to endure it my own life as well. Yes, I know she's unkillable. Yes, I know that I have no chance against her. That's why I'm not doing it. That's why I'm going smart about it. That's why I'm going slowly, meticulously.
You don't think that she's already played that game before? You don't think you're the only one who has pulled this on her before? I'm not saying that you shouldn't do injustice. I'm not saying you should stand up against injustice. You've done it with your kids. You pulled them out of where they could be, made them better. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm saying you shouldn't do it with her. That's a dance and a tango I wouldn't ever suggest, and you're burning yourself out, and I'm worried.
I understand that you're worried. I really do. If I am to get out of my head for a second, I can understand that I wouldn't want anyone to be doing what I am doing. Get it. I really do. So I should leave the monsters on top without comeuppance. Is that what you're saying?
Puts his hand on your shoulder, leans into you, lets his forehead touch yours, and say, "No, you just need to find better targets. You want to stop injustice? You're an elder. You can make better targets. You can turn around and shape the city. You can prune that rose garden better than Annabelle can. You're an elder. You're right up there. You have the chance to turn this whole clan around. She might be pre-mentioned. Whoopee. But the last time I checked, your coterie did a lot of things. Not to mention your Sanchez has got Ballard money. That means you got more money than Annabelle has in her pockets, panties, and bra all together. You've got Dr. Hammond, who could pretty much turn around almost anything on this city. Why? Because she dug the fucking thing up. You've got Spotter, who's like, what, the king of the Nosferatu and the heart of the city. And then you've got Theo. For the Tremere wizardry bullshit he does, which is really weird. But at the same time, you're working with him with the gargoyles. Bastion, I'm telling you, there are so many other targets. There's so many other things you can do to prune the injustice. Icarus, don't go for the sun because the wax is going to melt, and I love you too much to watch you fall. I'd say it in Portuguese, but I'm very bad at it. I'm learning slowly, but still, I'm bad. Really bad that I won't even try and say it because you'll look at me like I'm possibly in the kindergarten saying 1, 2, 3 wrong, and I turned out to say blue, red, and orange. But I'm working on it.
Bastion actually hugs Neely at this. It's admirable, Neely. You're capable of loving me more than I can love myself.
We're going to change that, aren't we?
I'm not so sure.
Oh, stop it. Got you here, didn't we?
I'll give this a thought. That's all I can promise.
As the kids say, let it cook.
Perhaps.
Let's simmer in the brain pan.
Sure.
By the way, And Junie is going to say it's because Junie cannot speak Portuguese at all. What is Bastion's favorite dinner?
If we are speaking about human food,
Yes.
he was actually really keen to a very traditional and actually very poor person food that was feijoada. That was literally beans and rests of pork meat.
Okay. He's going to go, I got you something. And this is from the people from, at the end. And he'll go out, come back with 2 plates, and he'll put one in front of you, and he'll put his others in front of himself. And he says that they said that you love this. I'm wanting to show you how much I care and how much I'm trying to embrace this craziness, but at the same time showing you that you can definitely do this. You can love yourself as much as I love you. And I don't say that very often. I can actually count how many times I've said that to a person and still have many fingers over on one hand.
Well, let's try one step at a time then.
I will go with that as long as you promise me the one step and we'll talk.
We'll keep talking.
Okay. I will tell Paula to come back tomorrow. How does that sound?
All right. Bastion actually sits on the table. He's going to wait for him to come back so they can start eating.
And as they start eating, Spotter, what are we doing? What are you doing? What scene are we doing with you?
So his good friend, Dr. Smith, invited him over. So, of course, there was a small cloud where his feet suddenly started spinning up, and he ran off towards Theo's house instantly.
Well, only Ravnos can give themselves sort of cartoon sound effects. Spotter, don't do that.
Okay.
He will notice that there is Theo's haven looks slightly different. There was at one point a wreath hanging outside, not Christmas style, but just general autumn sort of feel. It's gone. Any sorts of plants that were out on the front step, gone. It's looking very bare bones at the moment.
He looks around, but he'll knock on the door.
Even the knock sounds a little more echoey than it was the last time Spotter was here. As Theo will open the door, and behind him is mostly empty furniture and boxes. Please come in.
You moving?
Yes.
Oh, you need help?
Not yet.
Okay. I don't have a truck.
No, I have that all set away already. It's just actually packing.
Okay.
I have things that need to be packed specifically, otherwise they might melt or blow up. And I don't need that. Much like I don't need this. And he'll walk Spotter just sort of into the main living area where there is a tank, a terrarium. I'm not sure what the term would be. And it's set up respectfully for a snake. And it is probably currently just laying on a small branch or a log or something. As they walk in, Theo sort of is glaring at it. And then his expression changes back to neutral when he turns to Spotter. This little interloper snuck in here.
Into a Tremere Haven?
Yes.
Why is it still alive?
Because I can't talk to them. You can. Although I will say, once it's done, and he points to an opposite corner of the room where you see a perch set up with a red-tailed hawk sitting on it. Also watching that snake. That's Horus.
Spotter looks at Horus, gives him a serious look. So,
to which the hawk, doesn't nod its head or anything, but the sharp eyes do lock on to him for a little bit and then goes back to the snake.
Oh no, that was feral. That was the feral whispers sup.
Oh, then there would have been more of an acknowledgement and still just like no actual words being said. Then back to the snake.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be a hawk who has been given a task.
Bats are cooler.
Yes, but not what I need.
Mhm.
Red-tailed hawks are natural predators to Decay's brown snake.
Right. And this is this is actually a brown snake, Decay's brown snake.
I believe it was, yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's see what we can do. And Spotter's gonna look in the case and say, hey, because Spotter treats everyone the same until they prove different.
The snake kind of tilts its head as the tongue comes out, and it looks at him kind of curious and goes, "Hello."
Hey.
I can't believe you're speaking to me.
Yeah. Oh. He switches it off, looks at Theo. He hasn't talked to a kindred before.
How are you speaking to me like this?
Some of us can do it. And I'm one of them.
And you understand what I'm saying to you.
Yeah. There might be some context. I mean, you're a snake and I'm awesome.
Sure. Well, being I'm in this large cage, what can I do for you as long as you don't let that hawk at me?
Well, I'll do what I can. I promise. I do what I can. He snuck into the wrong house.
That was being hunted. Was more escape than capture. What
Who's
would
hunting
you
you?
do if you were hunted?
I go into the sewers.
I made the wrong judgment call in the hole, but it got me away.
I respect that. What was chasing you?
Kind of just nods to you for a moment and goes, you, well, not you, but bipeds, two-leggers.
So Spotter will actually pop his fangs and
It
point
moves
those.
it back.
This?
You see that snake literally try to crawl itself back from you.
He puts them back. Sorry, I had a theory. You proved you proved it right.
Not natural.
No.
How do you have those?
It's a long story.
Uh-huh.
We don't have time for that story.
Mm. So, yes, they were trying to get me bags and such and long poles. It was disturbing. They were playing a long tube. They were using your, what do you call them? It makes music.
Oh, a flute?
Yes.
Huh.
Music was calling to us.
He turns back to Theo. Looks like he was being chased. He didn't come in here intentionally. And he was being chased by some Pied Piper motherfucker. Like with a literal flute. He's describing a literal flute. being used to enchant the snakes.
Storyteller, does that ring any bells for me?
Which bells do you want rung?
Someone carrying around a flute.
Or some kind of wind instrument.
Or, yeah, some form of musical instrument.
A Pied Piper is a tale that has been told.
I more meant in the city, like any notable people that I would know.
Not really, because most are from, the opera or from, orchestras. It's rare now at this day and age to have somebody just randomly, walking around with a flute to just play, unless you're in the subway or in some public area.
Like a busker.
Yeah.
So it was not so much the Setites planting it here as it was just really bad decision making on its part.
Yes. It asked me what I would have done. I said fling into the sewers. It was scared. And
it could have done that through all the instinct.
Right.
Can you ask it if it was always living in the area or if it was put in the area?
Sure. He asked. Butter asked.
It thinks for a moment. I remember fields. And then one day, I'm in something like this. And then I'm then thrown out. And then I find a den where others are that help me. And then the flute. The moment the flute stopped, I remembered where I was. That's when we saw the bags and the poles. And we scattered. And I scattered into, the snake actually looks to Theo, into this two-legged dwelling.
Yeah.
Where then I was put into a jar and then put into this thing.
He was protecting his house. We've had trouble with snakes like you.
With snakes like me, we don't do anything.
The ones that are captured are. So you were lucky.
So it's good to run.
It is. It is. These people are very dangerous.
Makes sense. Most of us are slowly dwindling.
And the ones they captured, they're changing.
Not natural.
No.
Not good.
Becoming poisonous, which you aren't naturally. Yes.
What is poisonous?
What was it? How should I describe poison? To an animal. Because they aren't poisonous naturally. Yeah.
So they are not normal?
No. They've been changed unnaturally. Venom.
Like how you are.
That's not an unfair comparison.
You smell different. You don't have the same as humans.
Well, I mean, not me specifically, but Dr. Smith here. Probably more so.
He doesn't spite. He doesn't. You can't taste the emotions off him.
Right. Right. There are some differences. He is like me. And he kind of points to his teeth again.
Kind of backs up into the corner, kind of trying to keep itself somewhat protected.
Mhm.
So, do you let me out so I can go away?
Hmm.
Or you take me to a field?
He's asking if we'll let him go.
That entirely depends on the answer to my question.
Go ahead.
Well, I can't understand you, Spotter. All I heard
Oh.
was.
Like, I ask you, like I turn and say he's looking to if we could eventually let him go.
Theo's eyes will flick for a second over to Horace.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it being a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It really has never interacted with a kindred before.
No, it's in fact, it's. I mean, you saw I showed him my fangs, and it was terrified.
I see no reason to keep a snake, and I can feed different ones to him.
Mm-hmm.
That flute comment keeps sticking with me.
It's not something you see a lot, and it's someone's going to hear something at some point.
Perhaps before I move, I can maybe talk to some neighbors, see if they heard some interesting music at any point.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yes, you can assure the snake they will be taken to the finest field.
Okay, Mr. Snake. He's agreed. We can let you go. No trouble. No hawks. I'll bring you to a field if you let me bring you to a field.
I'd like to go to a field, please.
Of course. Or you can hang out in the sewers with me all day. It's fine. I'm just saying.
Are there mice?
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
Can you give me some grass to sleep in?
Yeah. I can get grass. Yeah.
Fine, I will go with you as long as there is mice and grass to sleep in.
Do you have a name?
Actually, Spotter does notice there's a sticky note attached to the tank that just says interloper.
Your interloper.
What is that?
Your name.
My name?
Mm-hmm. Gotta call you something.
My name is Scales.
Oh, okay, you can call me Spotter.
Why, do you spot things?
Mm-hmm.
How good are you?
I'm not a snake, but I get by.
Very well, Spotter.
Okay,
as
Scales.
long as I get the mice and grass, I'm happy.
Spotter's ecstatic.
It slowly kind of goes to the closer to you, but it's watching you so you don't do anything to him.
I kind of hold out his hand. His weird Nosferatu clawed hand.
The tongue actually flickers around the hand for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it slowly goes up the side and up onto your hand and around your wrist.
Do you need this? And he'll point to the container.
No, I don't think he liked it in there, even though it was nice of you to do that.
It was better than having a snake wandering around here.
Mm-hmm. Is Horace upset?
It's sometimes hard to tell. Shockingly, red-tailed hawks aren't expressive least not in that way.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, he's like a more serious version of me.
Huh. Okay.
That was a joke, Spotter.
No, it wasn't a joke. Like, they have goals. You have goals. That was not a joke. You were very hawk-like.
He is interesting. It's bizarre to feel a connection like this. It's different.
Is.
It's different from ghouls or revenants.
Right. Right. Isn't it? It's great, actually.
The strangest part for me was personality. I truly didn't realize animals had that much of it until I started, well, not speaking, but
okay. And he puts the non-snake hand on his shoulder. I got to tell you one thing: do not ghoul a cat.
seems like it would be ill-advised.
Because if you're worried about personality, that's all I'm going to say.
People are easier to handle as ghouls than animals, I think. But
But loot.
Catch and release, which does seem odd. If the Setites are the ones unleashing a lot of snakes, why go through all the extra human steps when simply coaxing them into a container with their voice? I've read up on the abilities of the clan just on its own.
Yeah.
Snakes listen to them.
It's so they can target the snakes. They can inundate an area with snakes suddenly, and they have eyes and ears everywhere. More so than my clan. More so than one of us with a bunch of ghouls. Like, that's my guess.
It just seems like a misstep. If I were unleashing swaths of servants to pay attention to something for me, I'd want them trained, acknowledging the things I need them to notice, and not just milling about as a disparate force.
Well, two things. One, no one said they were smart. Two, does anyone pay attention to animals if they're minding their own business?
And they could just be using it as an enormous red herring. If there's snakes everywhere, then where there aren't snakes, people won't look as much.
Correct. I'm not going to say they're not wily, but
I think my mind is too laid out to comprehend the chaotic tactics that are occurring.
No, you're...
if I had a working circulatory system, my nose would probably be bleeding.
No, you're right. They are doing that on purpose. If this seems to keep coming up, but if we have 17 things to pay attention to, something's going to slip through. Or we're going to do all 17 of those things really poorly, and all of them are going to get through.
Does that mean we curate and try to find spots where we can let things lapse to the point that we can gain more evidence and information?
He pokes you on the forehead. See, now you're thinking like a Nosferatu.
Oh, is that how Nosferatu think? I've been doing that more often than I thought.
Nope, we don't think like that at all.
Well, thank you for the interrogation. I'm happy to have provided you with another pet.
Oh my God, scales.
What?
Now you get to meet Benny.
What is a Benny?
And he runs out of the house, laughing like a Nosferatu.
And Theo just shakes his head and just shuts the front door.
As Spotter is running like a madman with a snake coiled around his wrist, where do we find Taylor and Magnus?
We are actually at the cafe next to Subterranean. because Taylor has asked a favor of the Fae at this cafe, because this cafe is much like After the End, where they can create things, right? She's been investigating over the past week these lilies that Lilith left. And she has asked the Fae to incorporate it into a tea that we can ingest. So she's invited Magnus, who is a medical doctor and can actually heal if need be, to be here to taste test the tea with her.
So
she might be a little reckless at times and a little impulsive, but she's not stupid. Okay.
That's valid. That's valid. This Boggin, and she's a lovely woman. Her name is Susie Buttercup. And the reason why her name is Susie Buttercup is she's well known within TikTok, and she's also known within YouTube for making little tutorials about how to make crumpets and tea, serving high tea in the way of the Fae. And she's been spotted around Chicago, and she was the one who actually can do a lot of things with almost the most outrageous ingredients. So, of course, when the Fae were like, "Can you do this?" She's like, "Of course I can do this."
Of course.
So she comes in, and she's cute. She's got curly brown hair, little side bow, and she has on, a proper dress, and she smiles and waves and comes and sits down, and pulls out a kettle and 2 teacups, and she's like, "This is the most unique and interesting tea I've ever made."
Is it?
Proud of myself. Yes. And I can't
Excellent.
wait for you to try it.
Okay.
And she will gently pour 2 proper cups of tea and serve them to you. And always blow, a little taste, and tell me what tingles on your tongue.
And Taylor looks to Magnus and says, "Well, let's do this."
Magnus raises his teacup to
and
her.
Literally,
and
Taylor picks it up like a proper fucking lady. With the pinky out and everything.
I need to roll for something real quick. Yeah, no, Magnus is a gangrel. He just,
There's no
picks it up like an American.
Yeah, so she literally blows on it briefly and then takes a sip and sets it down.
He blows on it and sips. He doesn't like gulp it, but
Yeah.
like he holds
There's
it like
no
an
refinement.
American.
And she's like, "Oh, that is interesting." And she picks it up and takes another sip.
Junie,
Mm-hmm.
can I roll intelligence and medicine
Sure.
to see if there's any effects to this tea?
Yes.
Sure.
That's why I brought him.
Okay.
Well,
Do
he's
not get
rolling.
hungrier.
That's valid.
What
would
effects
my
am I
cadaver's
feeling from this tea? Because
specialty-
I've now had two drinks from it.
Right. Right. What
The
were you
first one
saying?
didn't kill me, so obviously it's okay.
Correct.
That is not how things work.
Valid. I'm going to say this while
Bruja.
Magnus is.
What can I say?
You're not wrong. While Magnus is rolling,
Does my cadaver's specialty apply?
sure, why not? Go for it. Throw more dice at it. You feel a tingle. What was your favorite herbal blend of tea when you were alive? Oh yeah, making you think, right?
Lavender.
As you're sipping the second sip of this tea, you feel lavender rolling down your tongue. It goes down, and as it goes down your esophagus, you feel more rejuvenated. Your voice doesn't crack. It doesn't hurt. Gives you a little bit more of an uppy sense. More of like when you're talking, it just comes out. Almost like when you were alive. You're at 1 hunger, correct?
Yes.
If you were anywhere higher, you could take down a point. If you had anything that you needed healing, you could heal it. Not aggravated, but
Superficial.
Superficial. What did you get exactly, Magnus?
With a willpower, I rolled 7 successes.
As you sip, because you took not the daintiest of tea sippings, you just went, what was your favorite herbal tea while you were alive, if you had tea? Yeah. Memories.
I would say for Magnus, it would have been probably a peppermint tea.
Peppermint does bring your tongue to life. Again, as it goes down your throat, you feel it coating and soothing anything of your throat, giving you a little bit more of a human speech, human talk. As it hits both of your stomachs, you don't have that normal issue of like you are fine with it. It actually absorbs into you. Who has between the two of you sensed the unseen?
Both of us.
Being that Dr. Sanchez decided to, shall we say, do shots with tea, you can see him glow just a little bit more than Taylor because Taylor sipped it. And you can feel a little bit of the magic in you. Because Bahari shit.
You are positively glowing.
A fascinating effect.
Yeah, I've noticed it too. It lines up, and she looks to Susie. Thank you so much for this.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
We've been testing it all week
this.
to see various applications and things, and it's interesting that with your preparation, how this can be done as well. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, may I indulge you a little bit more?
Certainly.
She will put a picnic basket up and she'll fold the top and open it. And then she will start to pull out scones, little shortcakes, bread, and she'll put up all of these small little bakery items and she'll go, this was all made with what you gave me.
Wow.
The tea didn't take up a whole lot.
Really? A petal?
Want not, waste not.
Yeah.
Well, I made sure that when I took at least 2 leaves of this petal, that I made sure I diced it really nice and fine to make sure I got all the essence into the tea, which wasn't that hard. Usually you have to dry it and grind it and make it proper. This simple. I had my intention. I went to go work with it and it already did it. It knew what I wanted to do.
Fascinating.
And then I thought, oh, well, let's see if this works with cakes and tea. Baked beautifully. Never had, no burning, no scorching. I didn't even have to butter the pan.
Magnus just reaches over, picks one up, and tries it.
Which of all of this did you take? Which one? You've got the scones, the cookies, the bread, and I'm going to throw out there
the little shortcakes.
Yeah.
With the peppermint tea, I feel like he would try the bread first.
What was your favorite bread as a human?
Sopapillas.
Was there anything that you like to put on the sopapillas?
Oh, sopapillas is tortillas that you put some honey
Mhm.
on and then fry it.
When you taste it, the honey almost drips out of it. It is just like you had when you were a kid.
And what's the effects of it?
Well, you're only at one hunger, correct?
Yeah, he's only at one hunger.
It would have helped you at least bring down half a point if you were hungry. But you can see as he's eating this, Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
he's glowing.
He's glowing again. Fascinating. I'm going to take one of these small cakes,
Mhm.
and she will take a bite of it.
I mean, what was her favorite cake while she was alive?
They were called queen cakes,
Mm-hmm.
and they were a mixture of flour, sugar, currants, butter, washed in rose water, and eggs.
And you taste that going down on your tongue and right down into you. You do not feel normally with any kind of fey food, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sits into you.
It just like dissolves.
It's like did you eat it? Did you actually bite into it? But
Really?
as you're
Fascinating.
eating this, Magnus, you see she's glowing.
Huh. Could I please get these to go, Susie?
She just smiles, and out of the picnic basket comes a small little, box. And she's like, of course, I thought about this already.
Perfect. Because I have someone else I think I'd like to look at all the things we've done to see what they see. And I'm trying to really figure out everything this is capable of. So
I've never seen a flower like this before.
no, I don't think any of us have.
That's completely fair. Where did you find it?
It's growing in my garden now.
I'm sorry. A lily pad's still in my hair. What?
Yes, it's growing in my garden now.
How did you get something like this into your garden?
A divine being decided to gift it to me.
Oh. Well, that must be a very particular deity.
Yes.
I won't ask. That seems like calling upon something we shouldn't.
I'm so
Magnus
glad you're
just
not the
drinks some more of
curious
his tea.
type. Well, do
Oh,
please
I'm
give us a
curious.
moment, Susie, okay?
Oh, sure. And she will turn around and grab everything, and she will start packing everything off to the side.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, it seems to only have beneficial effects so far.
mm-hmm.
Don't know what the long-term effects may be, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually.
I met a very interesting mage.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's one group I haven't really been able to make any headway with.
She is wanting to join our garden.
So one of the verbena then, I suppose?
No. She said she basically is an etherite. The garden is now protected with a shield because of an artifact she found on another planet.
Yeah, that sounds like what I've heard of them.
It was an icon of Lilith on another planet that predates human development of the languages that were imprinted on its box that it was in.
I mean, I've heard mages can mess with time, so I imagine that.
She said she found it in ruins.
No, I'm not saying that specific mage would have. I'm saying if Lilith has powers comparable to the mages, who knows what kind of things she could do with time, especially.
Exactly.
I've heard stories from family members that things get weird the further you get from Earth.
I believe it.
They get less real
I
and
believe it.
easier to manipulate. So
Yeah, it seems that for the most part, supernatural creatures are very tied to this planet.
Mhm.
It's interesting that that's the case. But that
I
kind of
mean,
stuff isn't necessarily my field. The anthropological aspects of it are interesting to me. But, you know.
I
But
mean,
yes, so she is she has already brought a gift for the garden. She brought some plants from other planets to add to the garden, and they are thriving as well as the other plants. And yes, so anyway, I want her to take a look at these items as well as the others that were analyzed and manipulated to see what she can detect on it.
that sounds good. They have a lot more at their disposal for analysis.
Yeah, because definitely this is interesting. Um, by the way, what'd you ask her? You obviously called upon her for a reason.
Yes. I want. There are different legends about what she was, what she could do.
Mhm.
Some of which say she was turned by Cain at some point,
I don't think he could have.
unless she let him.
I don't think he could have.
Regardless, I asked her if it was possible to go farther than just what are called the first cursed, I believe, to truly remove the curse and become something more.
Are you seeking to just be without the flaw of your clan? Or are you
Not just
seeking to live again?
without the flaw of the clan, yes, but also, I don't even know about living again, but to be without the flaws of Cain.
Such as?
Sunlight, blood.
Hmm.
I've seen a lot of change in my lifetime of what people thought was possible and what they never did, boundaries they never crossed because they were told and they thought they had proved it was impossible.
Or they
Do you
feared to try?
Mhm. But do you remember when scientists proved that it was impossible for a human to run a 4-minute mile?
Oh, it was impossible to have electricity.
Hmm. But the thing about the 4-minute mile was that dozens of runners tried and tried and tried and tried and could never do it until one man who shouldn't have been able to walk according to doctors did. And within a year of him breaking the 4-minute mile, those dozens of other runners who had never been able to, no matter how hard they tried, all broke it. Just because no one else has done it before doesn't mean it's not possible. And when I asked her if it was possible to truly be free of Cain's curse, she said yes. She didn't say how. She didn't. And I didn't ask because I'm not going to her for a guidebook. I just wanted to know if it was
could be done.
possible. Because
Right.
if it could be done, as a Bahari, I'll find my path to it. My path.
Right. I don't know. It may be. I have seen wild shit in my time. Just the things here aren't even the wildest I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen ruins rise up from the sands of time, looking like devastation, but in the center, completely preserved. And then I got the fuck out of there because I knew who was there. The progenitor of my clan.
Mm-hmm.
And her demon-worshipping lover.
Ah.
So literally, I got the fuck out of there because I wasn't going to be lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wise.
Yeah. I have seen wild shit. I remember the first time I saw what's called thin blood. That actually is a thin blood. I was heading into work. It was Philadelphia. About 40 years ago. And I caught them necking in the hallway of the university, beating on a fellow student. Already had been there, and it was still daylight outside because, you know, I can get up an hour early.
Mm-hmm.
They can walk in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Full sun. Operate like they're human, but they still need blood.
Mm-hmm.
I think eventually you get far enough away from the source, it peters out. But then you're not really a vampire anymore. I think there are ways to pursue a level of humane existence, but I don't know how to go about not needing blood. I already do not cry blood tears.
Mm-hmm.
I have been pursuing my path for a very long time. I was just waiting to find the right place to plant the seeds. You have an interesting mind, Magnus. It has been shaped by your living experience and your postmortem experience. You are curious and want to find answers. I can respect that. I understand. I'm in a lot of ways driven the same way. I wish you luck finding your path and walking it. I know it's not easy. I've been on mine a long time. So, anything else you'd like to bring up?
Do you know the one named Yaryan?
Yes, I've spoken to him.
I might seek him out
I would be
soon.
happy to introduce you.
I would appreciate that.
I actually haven't spoken with him in some time, so it'd be good for me to reach out. Because I have some questions for him myself, and I'm working on building his trust, as it were,
Mhm.
to get to where I can ask him questions, because he is a former Bruja, and I'm curious to know how he did that.
I've heard some rumors along that line that he removed the clan curse without becoming clanless, and
Right.
also created his own discipline.
Yes.
Which,
I think it was tied to his people
Mhm.
and how they interacted with the world and everything around it. From what I can gather, because he did share a little bit of that with me. But I am fascinated with how he did that and how that affected him. Does he still need blood?
Mhm.
It's a question to ask.
Yeah.
But I wanted to prove to him, and which I have done, that I actually am respectful of the first people.
Mhm.
And I've even had my students doing work around the area on digs to make sure that the tribes that are here get their artifacts.
I had an experience a few months ago. As kind of the liaison to the werewolves, um, I was invited to visit one of their places and to go through a trial of sorts to see whether or not to see whether or not I was an acceptable kind of person to act in
To
that
see if
way.
you were
And
worthy of them actually working with.
yes,
Mhm.
beyond just what they had within Yanga, which was kind of a teeth clenched negotiation to make sure we didn't continue killing each other in the streets. Because I wanted more than that. I want more than that. I want to be able to work on that, on creating an actual peace and cooperation between us, as much as can be possible with kindred being what they are. I had an experience similar to the one we had when we brought that fetish into cell block,
Hmm.
where I saw and was a part of the past of that place. And I saw and experienced the present of those people and a possible future. It was I don't know how to describe it. It was different. It was like somewhere between a lucid dream and living another life. And it was after experiencing that I started wondering if there was a way to truly be free of the curse. Not to necessarily not be a vampire anymore, because, I mean, it has its benefits. The long life, the power, the resilience. But the curse, the multiple curses, depending on which legends are true,
O'Kane
if
was
those could
certainly
be
cursed
broke.
twice,
At least.
at least. Yes. At least 2 that stuck.
But if the curses could be broken and the power remain,
I'm not certain how divine curses can be broken by those of us that are, although as immortal as we can be if we survive it, still based on mortals. I'm not saying it can't be. I've seen wild shit. But I'm not sure how one would go about even starting to figure that out.
Yeah. Well.
Because that's the level of curse you're talking about. This isn't some fake crap. I think the Fae are probably doing it on like the intro level compared to that.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how that would happen. But I have to ask, and when I do this, storyteller, I'm going to roll a wit's insight with a specialty of desires on Magnus.
Please roll away.
He
would not
really
Natsy.
wants some queso right now.
Right.
Just queso. No, nothing to dip it with, nothing to pour it on, just queso.
John's talking about food, and everyone's like,
Queso
"Oh my god,
Oaxaca,
yes!"
just melted just right, and then just pick
That
up
is
the
9
bowl
with a
and
crit, just so we know. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So literally, she's gonna say, I really just need to ask, what has inspired you to wish to pursue this so aggressively? What is the pain you are trying to run from, Magnus?
it's not trying to run from pain. I'm a doctor. Pain is a symptom. Pain is not a cause in and of itself. There's always something underlying the pain. And you don't treat the pain, you treat the underlying cause. At least if you're a good doctor, that's what you do. And when I went through that experience at Starved Rock, it was like the curses were a chain on my soul. When I came back, I felt the weight of them binding me. And I just felt like I could do so much more to help the city, to help people of the city without these chains holding me down. And so I wanted to know when the opportunity came. It was just something I was
You sought her
wondering.
out and asked her. It is more than just the opportunity presented itself.
I was wondering about it, but I never had a chance to ask someone who really knew, like, would really know if it was possible to break those chains. And so when I had the chance, yes, I took that chance.
Oh, I understand. I do. With my wit's insight, what does Magnus truly desire?
What he said, like, he's being completely open and honest with Taylor. He really wants to, he really feels like the curse of Cain with the torpor during the day and the, sunlight and the blood and all of that, the clan curse as well.
Mm-hmm.
He really feels like it is a spiritual chain on him that is holding him back from what he could do and what he could be.
I have to pose a question because you know me. I sometimes got to be devil's advocate here.
Of course.
But I have to pose a question that you might not have thought about.
Mm-hmm.
What if, in order to accomplish it, you have to give up all your power, all your influence, all your connections? Is it worth it?
I don't know. I think I would have to be at a point where I knew that it was possible. I would have to be, not to put a too fine a point on it, I would have to be at the point of opening that door and knowing that that was the cost of opening the door to make that decision. Because right now, I just know that there is a door,
Right.
but I don't know how long it will take or what the cost will be.
I think that would be your first question on your path. If you had to give up everything that makes you Dr. Magnus Sanchez in this city for it, would you give it up? Because oftentimes a change of that magnitude requires everything.
Maybe. Maybe it will require everything, or maybe that's just what people have told themselves to keep from walking this path.
Oh, it's possible. I was willing to give up everything for what I wanted to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
I have given up being wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I have given up taking things to boost my own self above others. I have used whatever renown and regard I get to help others. I have been hunted, not just by Karlak,
Mm-hmm.
many times over. At one point, I thought I had lost everything. And that was my turning point. That's when I became more dedicated. Like I said, I wish you luck. I hope you can figure it out.
There's, I think, a difference in what we view as losing everything.
Oh, I'm sure there is. That is very subjective. Everything to me is not everything to you.
Mm-hmm. Because I talked about the experience we had at the cell block with the fetish and this test of the spirit.
Mhm.
When the spirit showed me my dead wife as a vampire, because I had found her reincarnation. The realization I had then was that even though her soul had reincarnated, even though she looked like her, even though she in many ways acted like her, everything that was her, the her that I knew, the her that I lost, the her that I mourned, had been lost when she went back to the wheel. And she became someone new. And so for me to lose everything would be that level of loss. It would be, I would no longer be the person I am. I would no longer have the desires I have. I would no longer have the drive to help others that I do. And I might reestablish that, but I might not. And that's why I say I can't know until I reach that door and know that that's the cost, because if that level of losing everything is the cost, I might not. But also, the journey to that door may change me to the extent where that is the only logical step. I'll have to see when I get there.
True. Mark and I are heading to Egypt over the holiday. I have well, I don't want to say associate. We know of each other, but we've been in proximity, but have never actually like had a conversation or worked together yet. It's a Ventru in Alexandria.
Mhm.
He's Bindusara. He's a historian. Primarily a Ventru history, but he dabbles with some other history as well. But being that he has been based in Alexandria for most of the last century, he's got to have a lot of insight.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pop in, give an introduction, see if he'll have a conversation with me.
Yeah, because I think even if we clear out this current crop, which I may have made some headway on tonight, more are likely to come. They don't typically give up on a city after just one try.
Oh no. They've tried multiple times already and they keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, okay. Help me take these leftovers over to the garden.
Of course.
Thank you.
Just so you guys know, Susie's gone. She has been
yeah,
gone.
no, she stepped out. Yeah.
But she left you all of the stuff, and she left you a thermos of tea.
Perfect. So we'll take that over to the garden so that it can be analyzed, and she'll have the mage take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fun. And with that, I think this is the perfect place to wrap up tonight's episode.
Yep. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us, and do join us on Discord. That is where we hang out when we are not streaming. Yeah. And it's also where we post our casting calls, because we have an open and ongoing casting call for guest players in our Call of Cthulhu 7E stream, London Esoteric Society. And we have recently had a guest for the last few weeks, and he had a blast. So if you're interested in playing Call of Cthulhu, you need to be on our Discord and respond to the casting posting there as you're instructed to in it to get in as a guest. It's a lot of fun. And we also do non-streamed Zoom hangouts with our community on Discord when we are not streaming on Fridays and or Saturday evenings. And of course, this past Friday, there was a non-streamed cast chat for the Friday game, but possibly either next Friday or the Friday after, we will do a Zoom chat in our community. So you need to be part of that Discord community if you'd like to hang out and chat with us. And if you would like to catch back episodes of this stream or any others that stream on McStabber Studios, you can check out our YouTube channels. The McStabber Studios YouTube channel has over 6 years of World of Darkness and other TTRPG content for your perusal. And then Ishvel's, not Ishvel, London Esoteric Society's YouTube is where Tis puts her information, her content on. And she has a D&D campaign that I already said the name of, Ishvel, that she wrapped with us. And then also London Esoteric Society and a few other games that she has run as well are on her channel. So do check that out. And then we have amazing friends here. Junie Vanesh, what you got going on?
Well, I actually wasn't able to stream today because I got my car, my tires fixed and serviced because winter is coming and we all know what that's going to happen. But if I'm usually there on weekends, and I like to strangle yarn, I like to make things, I like to talk about things, and you know, it's just a crazy ride. A lot of shit happens in my channel that I don't plan for. Hi, welcome chaos. If I'm not at my channel, you could probably find me on Ravenous Archons when he comes back, or I'm here. But if you don't know, check the Discord and find out where I'm at or where any of our other friends are at.
Yep. And of course, leading up to Ravnos Archon, I do believe he is running a special 3-part miniseries on his channel this coming week for Halloween. You'll need to make sure you're following Ravnos Archon or part of our Discord to be alerted when he goes live. Are you Ravnos Archon? I know you were mentioning it. Literally, he runs games multiple nights a week when life isn't lifing, and he can do so. And they are all games that are not D&D. So do check them out. Okay. And then we also have DM Daddy RPG is where our guest tonight, Jenna Thieves, her and her husband play and run games over there. Check them out. And then, of course, Psychoshire, she plays video games on her channel. She's also in our Vampire V20 game on Friday nights. She does video games on her channel most nights of the week, sometimes even during the day on weekends if she's not busy. So do check her out if you're interested in some video games. Dr. Evil Pinky. I'm just reading chat. But anyway, if you would like to support the amazing players at this table, you can do so by showing us your biddies, y'all. Bits and donations are distributed to our cast here at McStabber Studios. If you would like to support the channel here, you can do so by subscribing here on Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you get 1 free subscription a month on Twitch. You might consider giving that to us if you enjoy our content, or otherwise, if you don't want Twitch to be a horrible pimp that takes nearly half, please buy Mama a coffee. Okay, our coffee link is in chat now. You can buy Mama a coffee because Mama's always perpetually exhausted. Anyway, and of course, to support us for free without having to shell out any cash, you can go to our YouTube channels, both of them. Make sure you are subscribed for free to those channels. And if you're watching content on those channels, like and comment on the content you're watching, because by doing that, you're actually telling the idiotic YouTube algorithm that our content is worth watching and that other people that enjoy content like ours should watch our stuff. Yeah. So basically, it teaches the algorithm to do that. So it posts it higher in the search rankings when people are searching for content like ours. And it also posts us to front pages on YouTube for people that watch content like ours. So we get seen more, which brings more people to the community. So it's a free way, and it only takes you a couple minutes of your time to support us, because we have had actually a significant number of our Discord community and our live viewing community has come originally from YouTube, catching our streams there. Yeah. So that's a great way to support us, and we appreciate all who do. And also, I'm going to say we have merch. I have not had the energy to deal with merchandising stuff that I've gotten. Okay. But we have some merch. Anyway, check out the merch store if you're interested in perusing. Might want to get yourself a little holiday gift, because holidays are coming, y'all. They're just saying. And Zazzle always has sales. Anyway, the Zazzle link there, make sure you're signed in. Make sure you set your account to view all items, because some of our items are rated as adult. And we have to do that because we have some swear words on some of our items, like our Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would Camp Counselor t-shirt. Yes, it literally says Camp Wish a Motherfucker Would. And then, of course, we have Kat's to-do list on a couple of different merch items. That is Be a Dragon, check. No, Kick Ass, Take Names, Be a Dragon, all checked. And then the last one was Dracula, that wasn't checked. But of course, she is a bitch that gets shit done, so she did do Dracula too. It just didn't come up during the season. So check that out if you're interested in any merch. And coming up over the next week, we got nothing on Wednesday right now. We're on a little break for Wednesday, but we're starting up in November with our Farah game. So yeah, that's coming soon, coming week after next. And then on Friday, there's no game because the V20 game is on their season break. They're going to be off for 2 more weeks before they return. And then on Saturday, we have Call of Cthulhu at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then we have us here for Chicago Hidden City. We're going to be in episode 9 of this season, y'all, at 8 p.m. Eastern. And this time we'll be playing our characters from start to finish. Lastly, I am Mama McStabber, and I am a registered nurse. And I'm going to tell you, please take care of your well-being. It is very important. It is just as important as taking care of your health. Okay. Take care of your mental well-being. And if you are struggling, which a lot of us are, it is rough out there, y'all. Literally get help if you need it. Okay. Please rely on your support network if you have one. If you don't, please reach out to professionals that can help you, whether it is someone that you already see for those services, or talk to your primary care physician to get a referral if you need it, to get help. Or otherwise, if you are in crisis, please utilize a crisis hotline, please. Okay. They are staffed with people that want to help you. Let them. Okay. And if you are outside of the US watching this on YouTube and can't see the organizations that we list in Twitch chat here, or are otherwise occupied when you are in crisis, please go to findahelpline.com. That site, you can look up by your country what resources are available to you for crisis support. They cover over 140 countries. Please get help. Okay. We want you around a long time. And going on to physical health, which is also important, because as the mind goes, the body goes. Okay. Make sure you're taking your meds, drinking your water, get some sunshine when you can, but wear that SPF, because skin cancer sucks and you only get one skin in your entire lifetime. Take fucking care of it. And also get vaccinated, y'all. This shouldn't even be a debate. Get your fucking COVID shot. And if you're struggling to get it, go to CVS, okay? Their website, you can sign up for it there. I am not a CVS stan. Please understand this. I am not. But they are doing right by this. You can go to CVS's website and sign up for the COVID vaccine, okay? And you can literally check that, yes, you qualify for it. And they don't verify shit. because they're like, we're going to vaccinate people. Yeah. So please get your COVID vaccine. Also get your flu shot. Please. Please get your other vaccines if you're due. Okay. If you need a freaking Tdap because it's been over 10 years, go get a fucking Tdap. Okay. If you need a shingle shot, go get a fucking shingle shot. If you need, other shots, please go get them. And literally, if you're responsible for minor children, make sure to get them vaccinated because there's absolutely no reason why children should be contracting and dying from vaccine preventable illnesses, except for malicious negligence. Yeah. So get your fucking kids vaccinated, y'all. And lastly, I'm going to say, if you are a fascist bootlicker, if you are a fascist enabler, if you're a fascist apologist, if you voted for them, the GOP here in America or other fascist parties and around the world, if you voted for third party or minority party, knowing that they do nothing but disrupt elections, if you abstained from voting when you have the ability to vote, because fuck civic duty, it's all about you and nothing really affects you with politics. Yeah, well, sucks to be you because literally politics affects everybody. And they're coming for everyday citizens around in sanctuary cities. Yeah, they're literally arresting citizens and shit now. Yeah. So they'll come for you too. Just give them time. They'll come for you in your homes. They'll come for you in your jobs. They'll come for you when you're getting health care. They'll come to you when you're at court. They will come and get you when you're going to vote. Because that's what fascists do. If you did any of that, fuck off. For the rest of us, please look out for one another. Please. And if you are in California, vote yes for Prop 50. Mail in your ballot if you have a mail-in. Please get that mailed in, okay? Because it's better to do mail-in. And if you are registered, please register to vote as well, because the midterm election next year, that's real fucking important. We all need to show up for that, Here in the U.S., we got to do that. Get registered to vote if you're not registered. It's real fucking important to get that done. And then as soon as you get your voter registration, you're going to go to your voting website in your state and request a mail-in ballot if you have that option. And you're going to request for it to be permanent mail-in. I did that here in my state. So I'm always going to get a ballot mailed to my home. I don't have to go to a polling place. Yeah, that's what you're going to do, because we all need to turn out. But if you're in California, there is an election going on for Prop 50. You need to vote yes. What it's going to do is, yes, I know it's unfortunate, but it's going to gerrymander California to counter the bullshit that Texas, Missouri, North Carolina's doing. Because California has a lot of fucking districts. A lot. Yes, sir.
Also in Texas, there is a election going on right now. We're in early voting, and there's a whole bunch of state constitutional amendments up for vote that are important, including things like, we should never put a tax on estates, or we should never put a tax on the profits people make from investments and stuff like that. They're really pushing hard to try and get a whole bunch of
tax loopholes for the rich.
Yes, a whole bunch of stuff for rich people, because Texas, I think they can kind of sense where the wind's going, and it is not in the direction of the GOP, and they want to try and lock in what they can before
they want to make
basically
Texas a shelter state for the rich.
Yes.
Yeah, so vote no on those amendments, y'all, in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
For
I
real?
mean, when I say that a lot, there's like, I think 20 different amendments up
I mean,
for vote.
I get,
this
okay, I have
year.
lost parents. I understand estate tax can be a pain in the ass, okay? I understand that. But I'm not wealthy. My parents weren't wealthy. The wealthy are the ones that get hit hard with estate tax, okay? It still sucked when I had to pay it, but I had to pay it. I still got a decent amount, but it sucked. They took my money, you know, but whatever. The rich get serious hits with the fucking estate tax, and they really don't want to pay their share. It's the same percentage across the board. They just have to pay more because it's more. Okay. So literally, they're being fairly taxed. They just don't want to pay a fair tax. That's how the oligarchs in this country operate. The rules are for thee and not for me, for them. And they have convinced some poor people that they should also think that way. Rules are for thee, not for me. Because those poor people are thinking that they'll eventually get rich too, or that the rich will give them something. They're not. They're going to use them and booze them. But anyway, so literally, please, 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 please vote every fucking election, even off-year ones. It is so fucking important, especially your local ones, because how your local elections go, whether it's for constitutional amendments, whether it's for local representatives, those local representatives, if they make a career out of politics, will eventually be on the federal stage. Make sure you put the right people in the positions at the start, okay? Said with all sincerity, y'all, political rant over, but y'all have a good night, okay?